Thanks for coming. Beautiful day in the Horseshoe, and I shared with our players that what a great place to play where you win a conference or a division championship. You put 500 some yards on the board, and you still feel like you didn't play very well. And you win whatever straight conference games or whatever. I'm not sure what all that stuff's going on, but no place there's no place else you'd rather play or coach that you have high expectations. And so the good thing is we won a championship, division championship. That gives us a ticket to the championship game, and then we get all focus on our rival. So certainly could have played a little better in some areas. The darn turnover thing, and then the missed tackle near the end of the game. We get out of that thing with only giving up 20 points after those turnovers. You're pleased, but just that big hit that kid had, the 90-yarder, and then that last one just sits in your stomach the wrong way. So we got some work to do. I answer any questions for you.
Front row, right, Tim?
Yeah, Urban, last week we were asking about Jalen Marshall and the turnovers and how that kind of flipped that game. And today he had the big game. The punt return was kind of flipped things. Just talk about what kind of week he had and what you saw out of him today.
Well, we want to have we have to stop. First of all, we got to stop the turnovers. And there's going to be a ridiculous amount of effort on pressure on the coaches, too, to make sure we're all teaching the right stuff. And I'm seeing, like Mike Thomas's ball was down here, and so we got to get that fixed. But I never want to have a program where there's not aggressiveness in it. And same with JT, there's a miscommunication, a ball tipped, a miscommunication on a second pick. But that I don't want to. We still threw for 300 yards, and that's I just want that kind of team. And sometimes you make a mistake. As long as the mistake's not effort related, we're okay. And once it becomes effort related, you got a really bad team. And I don't think I'm going to watch it real close, but I know it wasn't effort related.
I'm talking about Jalen today. I mean, compared to this time a week ago.
Oh, I forgot. You asked me a question, did you?
Yeah.
No disrespect, Tim. My mind's going. Jalen, once again, I guess that was a long way of saying that we don't. Once again, if there's an effort problem, Jalen Marshall won't play. And that's not an effort issue with him. He's a talented guy, and I think that was good for his confidence. He's going to be around here a while. He's only a freshman. And very talented freshman, and he's carrying a lot of the load now. That position was manned by him and Dontre, and now it's all him, and a young guy by the name of Noah Brown's coming on too.
Front row left, Bill.
You as a coach are focused on just winning the game and not the broader picture, but there is a broader picture. How this game is not going to be the kind of outcome that's going to impress those kind of people. Where are you as a team right now? Do you feel like
we're conference division champions? We've won a bunch of games in a row. We have some work to do. Sometimes in college football, things don't go exactly as scripted, and kind of went out. You jumped out to 14-0 lead, and the stadium was dead, and we were dead, and then the state. I'm very much appreciative of that stadium. The second half was outstanding, and our guys played like it. So we're fine. I mean, we just gotta. I guess you could, whatever the score was, somewhat of a close call that we just have to play better. But we still are division champs.
Front row right, Bo.
Urban, Tevin Coleman, one of the best running backs in the country, obviously. And for much of the game, you guys had him. But it's really two runs that account for so much of his stuff. How do you, obviously you guys have played back-to-back great running backs, and they've kind of had a couple of runs that have squirted out. How do you kind of get that fixed over the next 2 weeks?
Kevin Wilson's a good friend of mine. I grabbed him before the game. I guess he didn't play against us last year. He was hurt, and I said, where? Because I didn't know that he was there, because I haven't studied it that close. And you watch this kid. I remember on Wednesdays, every Wednesday I start watching him, and I started watching that game against Rutgers last week, 300 yards. And the thing that's impressive, he gets in the second gear now. It's over. And I asked Kevin about him. He says he's a great Christian kid, a great kid, and wish him well in the NFL if that's what his desire, because he's a really good back. He's a top 10 back. Maybe higher than that.
Far back left, Austin.
Urban, there was a report a couple days ago that Noah has an appeal, Noah Spence, on Tuesday. Is that something you can confirm or address maybe his status moving forward?
I do not know much about it. I think there is an appeal. I'm not involved in the appeal. I think there is. I can't confirm or deny it because I don't really know the specifics of it. I think there is.
Front row right, Todd.
Urban, a couple of Tim May quickies. Got up 14-0. What happened? I mean, just you said that you guys were dead, but
well, we kept being aggressive and we turned the darn thing over. One was a miscommunication by JT. One was a tip ball that Evan Spencer usually catches that thing. And then Mike Thomas is one that we got to get corrected because he has a tendency to keep that thing low and then boom, boom, boom. But we wanted to come out, keep going and going and going. And I don't want to say it backfired, just got to take care of the ball.
And then, do you think the extra, I don't know, attention, the Heisman talk affected JT at all this week?
I'd like to say no, but I've done this a long time, and so I don't know. That's something that I'm sure. Is he coming up here?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, he's a neat kid, and that's just, you know, you hear the word Heisman. I've been there a few times and watch what goes on there. That's real. That's your mouth starts to go dry and all those kind of things when you mention Heisman. And so, did that happen with him? I'd like to think not, but I also been around for a while, so probably we got to manage through that stuff.
Far left, Doug.
Urban, we know JT's been so good this season. When he does make mistakes or when things go wrong with like the couple picks, how does he react?
Oh, like a mature guy, very disappointed in himself. And Tom Herman, you know, a lot of times because I on purpose, I count 20 backwards, and I'm not the greatest quarterback coach, and they don't need to be hammered a little bit on the sideline. And Tom will make comments like he's the most accurate passer he's had, and da-da-da, and gets his confidence back up. You know, JT also missed about 3 of them today that were pretty open. And so, but he also made some great throws. So JT responds past his years, like a junior or senior. You would imagine that he just disappointed with himself, but let's go, let's get the next series. And the good thing is he's never a blamer. You know, it's not this, I thought him, it's your fault. And I think Steve Young talked about that once. And, you know, the greatest thing a leader can do is say, that one's on me. Follow me, we'll get it done next. That's kind of leader he is.
You're at this point in the schedule now. Michigan, Big Ten title game, postseason. The team you have going into that, what's your confidence level in the team you have for that stretch?
Oh, great. I'll tell you more after Wednesday's practice, but we're week to week like most teams in the country. You know, you see it every week as someone gets upset and someone loses a game that they shouldn't lose. And we had a 2-score win over Indiana at home. And but all focus is we don't worry about above and beyond this next one because we know the history of this game. You know, regardless of records, regardless of anything, that the most motivated, most prepared team will win this next game. And that's this rivalry. I know this rivalry. And this is the most prepared team and most focused team will win this game.
And last 2, far right, Clay.
Speaking of that, how does the pace for next week change around the Woody?
Well, it's big time. The players will get tired of hearing that song that I always play, and it's nuts. It's insane. It's the same way it was when Coach Bruce was in 1986 when I first experienced my first rivalry game. It's different. Everything's it's the other song, and it's just the whole Woody changes for this game, and we're honored to play in it. We understand our responsibility of it too.
And far left, Ari, last question.
Urban, since you've got here, you've talked about the importance of bringing along the H-back position. Jalen today had a short route he took long. He had a punt return, receiver downfield on an out route. Seemed like it might have been the most complete game you've gotten from an H-back. Is that fair to say?
That's good. I think we have to recruit 4 more guys like that. So if you guys know of any guys that want to have big numbers at H, spread the word. That's what. To answer your question, that's what we look for at that position. A guy that you do those little flips to and dynamic guy. Thank you.
Thank you.